Remember when elections were just a public spectacle, awkward debates, cheesy ads, and politicians trying to look competent? Back then, persuasion was out in the open. We all saw the same debates, the same pancake-flipping campaign ads, and argued about the same set of facts. The battlefield of ideas was messy, but at least it was public. Influence was visible, and you could call out a lie when you saw it. Fast forward to today, January 23, 2026. The game has changed. Now, the most powerful forces shaping your political views are invisible. Algorithms run our digital lives, quietly curating what you see behind your phone screen. Persuasion has shifted from public debate to private, algorithm-driven feeds. When a politician lies to your face, you can fact-check them. But how do you fact-check a feeling, or an information diet tailored just for you? The old world of visible messaging has been swallowed by algorithmic influence. Most of us haven't even noticed we've been digested. The public debate has been replaced by millions of private, algorithm-driven monologues. We're no longer arguing in the town square. We're being nudged in silence. The danger isn't just what you see, but what you never even know you're missing. Democracy used to be a shared experience. Now it's a personalized illusion. And the scariest part, we barely notice the shift. How did we get here? The new gatekeepers aren't editors or producers, they're algorithms. In the past, you could spot a newspaper's bias. Now, the bias is hidden in code. Algorithms on social media and search engines don't inform you. They keep you scrolling. They act like a personal weatherman for your brain, forecasting what will keep you engaged. If you like outrage, you get a storm of it. If you pause on conspiracy, you get a downpour. They don't argue with you. They curate your reality. You never see the stories that challenge your views, they're simply filtered out. The algorithm quietly shapes your perception of what's normal and important. It's not persuasion, it's manufactured reality. We're all living in our own private weather systems. This is a fundamental shift in power. Controlling what you see means controlling what you believe. Algorithms are now the unelected editors of society with no ethical code, just a mandate to maximize engagement. As we approach the US midterms, and as we saw in Brazil and Colombia, this has profound consequences for democracy. The gatekeepers aren't at the door, they're inside our heads. The public square has become a maze of invisible walls, and most of us don't even realize we're lost inside it. Algorithms don't just create echo chambers, they manufacture consensus. When your feed is filled with the same opinions, it feels like everyone agrees with you. This is the false consensus effect, amplified by AI. The algorithm makes fringe ideas seem mainstream, and vice versa. If you think 90% of people are furious about an issue, you'll act like you're in the majority. The other side sees the opposite reality. AI bots can even fabricate grassroots movements, nudging opinions and creating fake consensus. In Taiwan, bots made young people feel more neutral about China by quietly shifting the tone, not shouting. The echo chamber is now filled with AI ghosts, all designed to look and sound just like you. Consensus isn't just reflected, it's manufactured, and it's often a mirage. Enter hyper-personalization. Campaigns no longer craft one message for millions, they create thousands, each tailored to a specific voter. You and your neighbor might see the same candidate, but get completely different promises. The candidate becomes a chameleon, changing colors for every audience. There's no shared narrative, just millions of private realities. Journalists can't track the messaging, there isn't one. Democracy needs common ground, but hyper-personalization shatters it into fragments. When everyone sees a different movie, how can we hold anyone accountable? Why does algorithmic curation make politics so angry? Because anger and fear keep us glued to our screens. Outrage is the most viral emotion online. It spreads faster than reasoned debate. The algorithm knows you'll share a shocking clip, not a nuanced article. Your anger is profitable. Your fear's monetizable. The AI isn't trying to make you mad, but it's learned that's what keeps you hooked. This pushes aside thoughtful debate for emotional reaction. Politics becomes about enemies, not solutions. The algorithm amplifies the loudest, angriest voices, burying the moderates. It's a feedback loop. The more we react, the more outrage we get. We're being trained to react, not to think. Democracy fueled by algorithmic rage is a democracy on the brink. The loudest voices win and the rest are drowned out. The system rewards fury, not facts. Are engineers plotting to manipulate elections? Probably not. They're chasing engagement, not votes. The algorithm's goal isn't to sway your opinion, but to keep your attention. But the effect is the same. If negative stories about candidate A keep you engaged, that's what you'll see. The intent is commercial, but the outcome is political. There's no puppet master, just a system built to maximize engagement at all costs. Now, AI industry groups are spending millions to support pro-AI candidates, blurring the line between accidental and intentional influence. When a campaign runs a misleading ad, you can hold them accountable. But when an algorithm shifts millions of opinions, who's to blame? The result? A massive, society-altering effect with no one at the wheel. It's a driverless car heading for a cliff, and the only instruction is to go faster. The crash isn't intentional, but it's coming, and no one's taking responsibility. The ultimate casualty is trust, not just in politicians or media, but in reality itself. Personalized bubbles destroy the common ground society needs. We start seeing those who disagree as malicious, not just misinformed. If your digital world shows you overwhelming evidence for one view, anyone who disagrees must be crazy, or worse. Reasonable conversation becomes impossible. We're living in different realities. The algorithm drives us apart, amplifying division and suspicion. The result? A fragmented, polarized society, unable to solve its problems. Heavy chatbot use is already linked to mental health crises. Now imagine that at scale. When we can't agree on basic facts, democracy unravels. The very idea of us is at risk. Are we doomed to digital dystopia? Not necessarily, but we need to act. First, regulation. Tech companies need clear rules on transparency and accountability. Mandate public libraries of all political ads, including micro-targeted ones. Require unbreakable watermarks on AI-generated content to spot deepfakes. Build AI literacy. Teach people their feeds are not neutral, but engineered for engagement. California's AI literacy program is a start. We need critical thinking for the digital age. Use AI to fight AI. Detect bot swarms, expose influence campaigns, and build tools for democratic deliberation. The technology isn't inherently bad, it's how we use it. We can choose to strengthen democracy, not just undermine it. The stakes are high, but the tools are in our hands. We need to wake up and fight these digital phantoms. This is the civil defense of our time. The future depends on what we do next. Here we are, early 2026, facing an election more saturated with AI than ever. Algorithms aren't just recommending movies, they're shaping public opinion and profiting from outrage. Democracy is shifting from public debate to private manipulation. The question isn't if this is happening, but if we're ready to fight it. The enemy isn't a person, it's a system built for engagement at all costs. We must question what we see, challenge our reactions, and seek out opposing views. The future of democracy depends on whether we can stay human in the age of the algorithm. The tools of manipulation grow stronger every day. Protecting our society requires more than laws. It demands conscious, deliberate resistance. The car is speeding up, the cliff is closer. Will we grab the wheel or just enjoy the ride? Because the algorithm isn't stopping for us.